All right, welcome to Beyond the Music. I'm very pleased to be here with Andy Parker, our principal oboist of the Quad City Symphony Orchestra. Thanks for joining.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, and we're thrilled to have you performing on our Up Close series this weekend to kick off 2026. I was wondering if you could share a little bit about what excites you most about the upcoming performance, and if there's any particular moments you want the audience to really tune in for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what excites me the most about it is that I'm playing two pieces that I've never performed before. Two pieces that are completely brand new to me as of the past few months. And that, hasn't happened a lot in the past 10 years. A lot of the repertoire I've performed has been stuff that I was familiar with or have performed before, but this is really new material for me that kind of came into my purview because my husband found them. He's an incredible researcher. He's a professor at UT, and he has sort of a passion for finding oboe repertoire for me to perform and record. So
That's great.
two of the three pieces I'm playing are things he found for me that I had never heard of before and that I had never played before. So I'm super excited to get to share these new works with the Quad City community, which is a community I hold very dear.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so uniquely perhaps, it will be not only a new experience of music to the audience who likely hasn't heard these pieces, but it will be new to you who has never performed them in front of an audience, right? So what does that feel
Exactly.
like?
Well, it adds this little extra sort of sparkle of, um, I don't want to say fear or nervousness, but performing new pieces that you've never
Yeah,
done before for the first time there's a little bit of extra sort of spiciness in that process, right? So, and I've had to learn over the years of doing this for a living how to sort of channel that little bit of extra energy into going deeper into the music and in the performance. So I'm really looking forward to like facing that nervousness and sort of transforming it into something that makes hopefully the performance more exciting and engaging.
yeah, that's great. A little edge to the performance,
You
like
got
something
it.
that'll really draw the audience in. That's
That's
great.
right.
So I wanted to ask, what's your preparation like? I don't think audiences necessarily know what goes into preparing to perform a full recital where you're playing the oboe the whole time.
Absolutely. Well, I would say there's two levels to the preparation for something like this. Level one is your day-to-day work that you're doing all the time, regardless of if you have any performances coming up. We would call it maybe working on our fundamentals or maintaining our playing. I'm constantly every day working on my scales, working on my arpeggios, refining, honing, trying to make my technique more effortless. So that's going on all the time.
Right. You're in
That's
the
a part.
oboe weight room, right?
Exactly. That's been going on for years and years and years and will hopefully continue to go on for years.
Yep.
And then when you have a recital like this coming up, you sort of have to then sort of fold your work on the repertoire that you're playing into that day-to-day process of working on your fundamentals and figure out how to sort of meld those two things so you're sort of essentially well, the phrase people say is killing two birds with one stone, but I don't like with one stone, but I don't like that phrase because I have two birds. But essentially, that's what you're doing. You're trying to both learn the music and figure out how to use that music to help you continue honing and refining the fundamentals of your playing. Because I don't know if people know this, but the oboe is an instrument that is very demanding from an endurance point of view.
Right.
And to play a full recital, you have to really be in great shape. Your playing has to feel really fluid and easy and effortless. And then there's also, I almost forgot because we usually don't have to talk about this, but there's the reed making that goes into it as
Mm,
well.
mhm.
Something that is a big part of an oboe player's process. I usually spend about 2 hours a day on reed making.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that is when you talk to double reed players, that's a a whole scene that's foreign even to other musicians of other instruments. So, wow.
100%. And we don't like to talk about it too much because it's probably very boring. But the thing is, people don't understand that the reed making is, although very rewarding part of our craft, it's also extremely difficult and very
Right.
time consuming. So if you want to be an oboist, you have to realize that that's going to be a lot of the time you spend.
You're making reeds. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Well, last question for you. Is there one thing that you wish the general audience, general public knew about life as a professional musician?
Oh, well, I would say that it is probably atypical for many people. Now, I am a college professor, so my job is probably a little bit more akin to a lot of people's jobs where it's a little bit more of
Sure.
like that 9 to 5 thing, right?
Yep.
But I have a lot of gigs that come in and out of my life that change sort of the rhythm of my day-to-day life quite frequently.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll have, a weekday totally free, but then I'll be rehearsing and performing all weekend. So the
Yep.
structure of a professional musician's life is a little bit, I think, more varied, and you
Yep.
kind of have to get used to the fact that from week to week your schedule is potentially going to look quite a bit different.
Yep.
Um, and one thing that I would say I really love about it is all the people I get to meet. I mean, just recently, yesterday and the day before, I got to play a concert in for this chamber music series in Austin that takes place at people's houses. And you play for people in these big, beautiful houses, and you get to talk to the audience after the concert and have hors d'oeuvres with them and get to know them, and they ask you questions. So there's this really nice intimate quality to that. And I love getting a chance to meet and talk to people about our art form and about the music that I'm playing or that we're playing. And invariably the audience goers tell me every time how meaningful it was for them to actually get to talk and learn about my process and the music and all of that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Hmm.
It's a unique schedule, varied schedule, and you're right. You get to meet a lot of different people. So that's fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us, Andy. I hope everyone can make your recital on the Up Close series Saturday, January 10th. We'll see you all there.
Thank you so much. See you on Saturday.